1 out of every 5 Americans is disabled. There are 40 million seniors in the United States. More often than not, these people are.
I mean, when I see an old woman tell me that this is a place where they send them to die and forget about them, what is wrong with everyone? You tell me. When I see a child that has to sit in a chair that he's only 24 years old and he has to live in this chair, how can we just stand by and let this happen?
I was a receptionist, and I did more than receptionist. I helped with the patient's care, made sure the patients got what they wanted. I made sure that the patient's family knew what was going on in the hospital. I would stay over pretending to work, and I would find nurses sleeping in rooms that were non-occupied when they're supposed to be doing their job. I would find them smoking and going out to eat, and when they're supposed to be taking care of the patients. I complained and I got laid off.
Whenever a corporation buys these nursing homes, the first thing they do is they will start cutting staff.
Patients were sitting in their urine and feces for a while, and the nurses weren't really taking care of the patients.
So they do not have many skilled people working there. They have a few that are supposed to oversee the rest of them.
Patients the way they should have. I had to mark diapers because they were sitting in them too long.
Once they have pulled out the cash that they can pull out, they'll declare bankruptcy.
And I didn't like that at all, because they paid for quality and they weren't getting quality.
And they'll sell it to another corporation. And they just keep doing this until the facility ends up on paper only.
A couple of my patients that I helped with, they passed away for no reason.
And then at that point, that'll get sold to another corporation on paper, and they just keep going until there's absolutely nothing left.
They went just like that. They got pneumonia. They left their windows open because it was hot one day and then cold, and they got sick and they were gone.
My mother was in a nursing home in Burlington, Vermont in 1997. She had 3 strokes while she was in the nursing home. After her last stroke, and she was fighting for every breath, and I said to the nurse that was attending her, "You have to do something for her." And finally she said, "Well, I guess we could give her some oxygen." And I said, "Well, I think you really ought to be doing that." And I thoroughly believe in my own mind that if I had not gone down there and intervened, they would have never given her the oxygen.
It wasn't right, because the patients are the ones that are suffering and not the nurses.
Goldie Bernstein was a dear friend of ours, but she was in the same nursing home. And my wife and I would go see Goldie, and we'd find her out in the hallway or in the atrium in her wheelchair.
I had another patient that was chair-ridden, mind you, always in a chair.
And one day I looked and she had like a seatbelt on. They had her strapped in her wheelchair.
Sleeping in a chair, and it wasn't cool, and she never talked to anybody.
And I asked why, and they said, well, if we leave her too long by herself in her wheelchair, she'll just slide out onto the floor.
But when I started working there, I paid more attention to her, and I got her into a bed. I will never put my family in a nursing home.
No, we're not. Oh, no. I'm not malnutrition and everything like that. Oh, no. No way. No.
It's too depressing. You know, they're dying and they're sick. They can't move or nothing. Usually a nursing home is because you need somebody to take care of you.
one of those people that as long as I can stay on my own 2 feet, I'm not going to a nursing home.
They take their money, they beat them, and don't even give them the medication the way they're supposed to.
I have a lot of compassion for people, and I've been taking care of my father-in-law. After I got laid off from the skilled nursing area, my mother-in-law passed away about a month later, and I've been taking care of my father-in-law for 9 years now, because we don't want anybody else in the house taking care of my father-in-law, because we want him to live. Doctors are all telling me that to put him in a hospice, and he's not ready for hospice. He's still eating, but if I put him in a home, he'll say no, which he does. He says no to everything. I don't let him get away with it, but the nurses will, and they'll deteriorate him, and he's not ready to go yet.
I decided to give it all up because I was had a part-time, 1 day a week class with seniors, teaching them, instructing them Tai Chi, and I seen how well they were reacting to me and how much they were in joy and laughter toward me. You know, I said, you know, this is what I need to do. I need to get involved. I just strongly feel that we need to be getting involved. There are so many communities that are doing their very, very best. And when I mean communities, I'm talking about senior and disabled communities. They're doing their very best to try to make a difference in these people's lives and care for them.
There are those who want to make a difference, to give our senior and disabled citizens the honor they've earned and the compassion they deserve.
The National Compassion Holiday, it's a federally paid holiday for senior and disabled citizens. It's a day of compassion, of service, education, involvement, and awareness towards senior and disabled citizens. And let's not even stop on a national level. Let's even go farther and get all the countries to make it international. I have seen very gravely ill residents that are constantly crying, you know, and you know, my communities or these communities that I attend, you know, there's not enough staff members. They try their best and they're, you know, and they're doing what they can, but it's not enough. It's definitely not enough. You know, they need help. They need help from all of us. I call my residents angels because they really are.
Well, I feel very fortunate to be here. I'm very fortunate to be at my age, to be alive and happy, healthy, and I have a boyfriend. So what else could I ask for?
When you go into these communities and you give them attention and love,
I feel very lucky to be here. This is such a wonderful afternoon. A lot of talent. Excuse me. And I'm old. I'm the oldest one here. I'm a little over 100 years old. I'm very fortunate. I thank God all the time.
and they come over to you and they thank you and they give you a hug and a kiss on the cheek.
Thank you very much.
And they tell you that you've made their day.
It's delightful to see you. I'm so happy to be here and have the pleasure of your company.
How can I not call them an angel?
Yes, indeed. That is a real delight. Yes, there's so much to be happy about in this group.
You know, they are our angels. They're my angels.
This is my grandmother, and her name's Caroline. I'm Deborah. And I like coming here because it's always relaxing, and I like seeing her, and of course I have memories of Caroline before she lived here.
I highly respect and honor them.
Well, for me, the thing that's always amazing is just that they know so much.
With everything I have, including my life. They've gone through a lot, and They've earned their wings. I created an organization. It's called the Chi Foundation. It means Communities, Health and Wellness Involvement. It's an organization which will encourage and create involvement with wonderful, talented individuals to go into these communities and assist them with their activities. Yeah, I've just, for instance, I have several entertainers that are, go to communities and, for example, Daniel Torres, he's a guitarist, a musician in itself. He plays, multiple instruments. So, please sign this petition. Let's get the President, let's get the United States Congress to establish a holiday for senior and disabled citizens, a compassionate holiday for the sake of humanity. Let's do this. This is a great nation. We are very compassionate to people, but let's just join all together and start making a difference here and create a holiday for them, That's all. First of all, I would like to thank people that have come forward to say something in regards to our support for the National Compassion Holiday. The residents and owners of yesteryears, I thank them. They are a wonderful bunch. They care about their residents, and I'm proud to know them. I'm honored to know them. The Bruno family struggles with MS every day, and he has inspired me to show me strength. He's inspired me to appreciate life. He's inspired me to make a difference, because there are many like him out there that live every day in the same way. He has taught me honor and respect to the fullest. Stood by me and felt that this was the right thing to do, and will hold their lives, their blessings in my heart forever. And I thank them.